Good morning students. Today is lecture 18 under thermal properties of matter. Okay, in the previous class we have learnt the problems of calorimetry and have solved four problems of NCERT textbooks. Today also some more which are based on calorimetry and latent heat. I'll solve the remaining problems in NCERT textbook. So hope if you solve all these problems 100% you can solve easily under this calorimetry problems. Okay, so now let me go for the different type today. One more. Problem number 5 in this. When 0.5 kg, 0.15 kg of ice at 0 degrees centigrade is mixed with 0.30 kg of water at 50 degrees centigrade in a container. The resulting temperature is 6.7 degrees centigrade. Calculate the latent heat of fusion. Fusion of ice. Specific capacity of water is 4186 joules per kg per Kelvin. So this problem is very simple and it was given in every board exam under this calorimetric problems. It is a repeated problem in the PUC first year exam. So please remember, here they have given one condition. First they have taken ice, 0.15 kg of ice, and this is mixed with 0.30 kg of water. It is mixed here. Earlier the ice temperature is 0 degrees centigrade and the water temperature was 50 degrees centigrade. In that they have mixed it. Okay. And when they mix it, naturally the temperature varies. But as you observe the thermometer, the one resulting temperature in the thermometer of the mixture is 6.7 degrees centigrade. So using these conditions, we have to solve latent heat of fusion of ice. In this, they have already given specific heat of water. So provided they have given this value, hope by using these things you can solve. This is a 5-mark problem in PUC first year board exam which was given repeatedly. So please observe this. Very simple. First let me calculate the one specific heat capacity of the one using the concept of the mixture now. So let us calculate the quantity of heat. Before to that, let me say one more point. This concept uses the principle of heat lost by water is always equal to heat gained. That is heat gained. That is nothing but heat gained by it. So the concept of calorimetry, the principle you are using here. So which is losing the one heat? Water is losing the heat. So earlier it was 50 degrees centigrade. Again it is changing. So it is losing the one temperature. So heat lost by water. This is first step. So again let me first try heat lost by water. So for this first point here it is using the one temperature. So let me say heat lost by water, where we are using the formula where Q is equal to mc delta T. So which we are using for the one the specific heat capacity, quantity of heat supplied to calculate the one specific heat at that time we are using. So let us write the one heat lost by water is equal to Q is equal to mc delta T. What is M here? You have to take the one mass of water here. Mass of water. What is C? Specific heat of water. What is delta T? Rising temperature. What was the rise in the one difference in temperature? Earlier the temperature of the water is 50 degrees centigrade. This was the initial temperature. And already we have the one ice which is of 0 degree centigrade. But remember, when you are mixing this, you are also getting one more temperature where there is a rise in the temperature, where the temperature resulting is 6.7 degrees centigrade. So that temperature you have to take here. So the one resulting temperature you have to take the difference. Okay. So first let me write M is the mass of water. Here let me write mass of water, specific heat capacity of water, and delta rise nothing but delta T is temperature difference between the resulting temperature and the water. Okay. So W is 0.30 kg. This is 0.30 kg. What is specific heat capacity of water? That is 4186 joules per kg per Kelvin. And what is the rising temperature? Temperature is earlier it was 50 degrees centigrade. So the one temperature was the 50 degrees centigrade. In that you are subtracting the resulting temperature which is 6.7 degrees centigrade. So this is what we have. This is expressed in the degree centigrade, where degree centigrade is equal to nothing but Kelvin also. You can also write in terms of Kelvin here. Okay. So now using this, first let me just multiply here. Here you get the one 0.304186. Here kg gets cancelled here. This Kelvin and this degree centigrade gets cancelled here. This and this gets cancelled. You get the one answer in joules. That the value is 54376. 54376 point. It is 14 joules. So this is what I am getting the value after multiplying this. So this is heat lost by water. Now the one ice, when you are getting the heat means naturally ice is at 0 degree centigrade. When you get the heat, it starts melting. So the heat is required to melt the ice. Nothing but heat gained. Already we have calculated heat loss. Now heat gain. What is that heat gain? Heat required to melt ice. So let me write heat required to melt ice. To melt ice. So whatever the heat we are supplying, that is gaining the one heat, due to which the whatever ice is there, that starts melting. So that you can observe here. Heat required to melt ice. What is it? That is nothing but earlier the one ice was there. That starts melting means what? It changes to liquid like water. Because you know in the previous class where you are learning the concept of change of state, you have earlier solid. That solid is changing to liquid. This is the concept we are learning under change of state. At that time we have this is ice. This is ice. Now it is changing to water. When ice starts getting heated, it starts melting and it compulsory it will get water. Means it is changing from ice to water. That is only to nothing but liquid. So what is that? That is called as change of state. Okay. At that time we use the concept of latent heat of fusion of the one ice. This concept we are using. That is LF. Okay. For this I write that is Q is equal to mLF. Okay. Q is equal to m into L into F. Already they have given the one mass of the ice. But latent heat is not given here. Latent of fusion of ice you have to calculate. So let me write as it is the one LF. Here it is Q is equal m is 0.15 kg into LF. So this is the one heat required to start getting into melting into ice. Now what we have to do here? Now the one, this one it starts melting means there is some heat required to raise the temperature. There is some heat is required to raise the temperature from ice to water. So that we have to calculate. What is it? So heat required to raise the temperature. Let me write here. Heat required to raise the temperature. Heat required to raise the temperature. What is that heat required to raise the temperature? Nothing but the ice water to ice to, that is water to the temperature, ice water to raise the temperature of ice water. Okay, what is this? Nothing but it is equal to Q, that is equal to mc delta T. What is this mc delta T? Here nothing but here you are taking the mass of ice. Now the one specific heat of the one water we are taking. Difference in temperature. Mixture is there here. Here you are getting the one mixture. So let me write 0.15 into specific heat of water. This is for ice it is. This is water. 4186 into what is delta T? Delta T means you are taking the one temperature. Earlier it is 6.7, resulting temperature 6.7 and the initial temperature of ice is 0 degree centigrade. So let me write it is 6.7 minus 0 degree centigrade. So this will become minus 0. Right? Now if you multiply, you get some answer which is equal to 420 6.93 joules. So this is the one value you are getting. It's a very big number. You are just multiplying this, you get this answer. That heat starts to require to raise the temperature ice water. Okay. Now what we have to do here? Ice water to final temperature we are changing this to this one. Now finally what we have to calculate? Last step. Heat lost is equal to heat gain. Heat lost is equal to heat gain. Okay. Right. This is the next step. What is heat loss? First one, heat loss is 5437.6.14 is equal to, that is heat required to melt ice. We got some answer. It is 0.15 into LF plus this one 420 6.93. This one you are taking here. These two you have to add it. Now by just equating you get the one LF. First we have to take this value, just subtracting this, then divide by 0.15, you get the answer which is LF, where LF is equal to 3.34 into 10 raised to, it is 5 joules per kg. This is the one value you are getting here. So it is similar to calorimetry problem. Principle is heat loss is equal to heat gain. Only one step they have given. First they have given ice which is of 0.15 kg ice, and they have given water which is of 0.30 kg of water. So these two are putting in a container, means you are getting the mixture now. In that mixture what happens? There will be, if you are observing the thermometer, the resulting temperature is 6.7 degrees centigrade. So using this condition, they are asking to calculate what is the latent heat of fusion of ice. So when there is a mixture means here change of state takes place. Ice was there, water is there. Now that is nothing but ice to water mixture. After that you are getting. Before that what you are doing? Ice is converted to water means nothing but the change of state takes place. Nothing but latent heat of fusion of ice. Because ice to water, solid to liquid, nothing but solid is heated, it becomes liquid. That one changes, you are observing the latent heat that you are calculating here. So this, to calculate this, first we have to proceed with things. Heat lost by water. You get some answer, keep it as it is. Next step, the heat required to melt ice. So the ice will melt. that whatever the required heat you have to write first. But here we do not know what is LM, let us keep it as it is. Next, in that the 1 calorimetry we have a mixture ice and water. That one you are calculating. Heat required to raise the temperature of ice water. The temperature whatever you are raising, that one you are calculating. So this now finally third next step, heat loss is equal to heat gain. Substitute this, finally get this answer. Same procedure as we have done in the previous class, as we are doing in the laboratory also. This is the one step. It's a repeated question. So please learn the things correctly and you can do very easily. 5 marks will be in your pocket if you are doing correctly this problem. Okay. Now let me go for the next one. We have one more type which was recently given the JEE mains this year, and in one of the shift they have given this question. So let me solve based on calorimetry, which is a 5-mark problem given for the one JEE mains. So we have to shortcut the things and have to do it very fast. Let me just read the question. That is problem number 6. A calorimeter of water equivalent 20 gram contains 180 gram of water at 25 degrees centigrade. 25 degrees centigrade. M grams of steam. M grams of steam at 100 degrees centigrade is mixed in it. Till the temperature of the mixture is is 31 degrees centigrade. 31 degrees centigrade. The value of M is close to. In the question itself they have given latent heat of water. Latent heat of water 540 calorie per gram. Specific heat of water. Specific heat of water is 1 calorie per gram per degree centigrade. In this, the option given is, option A is first one, answer is 2, second one 4, third one 3.2, fourth one 2.6. So this is the one question given in the JEE mains. That is in the month of October 2020. So this question is given in one of the shift. They have given here nothing but the one calorimetry. In this the water equivalent they have given. So water water equivalent is equal to m into c. So we have some of the liquid in which the heat absorbed or the one heat gained by it or heat lost is equal to nothing but the energy whatever you have, it will be same, remaining same for the same rise up or fall in temperature. It will never change. That is called as water equivalent. So the calorimeter is having 20 gram, contains 180 gram of water. In that it is 180 gram of water is there at 25 degrees centigrade. So this is the first step they have given here. So this using this, first we have to calculate, and that m grams of steam is 100 degrees centigrade, means they have a steam which is at 100 degrees centigrade is mixed till the mixture is 31 degrees centigrade. So that mixture temperature is 31 degree. So earlier it was water was 25 degrees centigrade, and that we are mixing the steam. So naturally the thermometer shows the rise in temperature. It will rise up to what temperature? Up to 31 degrees centigrade, and it becomes steady. That attains steady state. So that temperature they have given here. Using all this, you have to calculate what value of m is, how much amount of mass is there, nothing but steam. Mass of steam you have to calculate here. In that mixture, how much amount of steam is there in that mass you are expressing, the one where you are using this formula. Nothing but calorimetric problem it is, heat loss is equal to heat gain. So you have to write down the one heat gain is equal to heat lost. What is that heat gain? Heat gain is equal to heat loss. What is heat gain? Please observe, there are two masses. One is 20 gram plus 180 gram of mixture is there. So first you are writing mc delta T. Here mass of water is there. So for your reference, I just write capital M. Then you can make the difference as small m. This is mass of water and write like this. Mass of water, that is mc. And what is the C? C is nothing but the one. Here you can take completely they have said water equivalent. So mc itself we have to take it as water equivalent. This itself is taken as water equivalent. Delta T, rise in temperature. Earlier it was 25 and then it has reached to 31. The difference in temperature you have to take here. Okay, that is one you have here. And next, here in this case, heat loss. Heat loss by what? This is the one steam you have, mass. That is nothing but m into latent heat of the one water. Nothing but called as 540 calorie per gram. That you have to take. Latent heat of water, that you have to note down here, which is equal to nothing but LW. M into LW plus MC delta T. What is this M? M is nothing but the mass of steam. C is said to be the one called as the one specific heat of that is water. That we have to take the one specific heat of water. What is delta T? Again there is a rise in temperature. Earlier the steam was 100 degrees centigrade. Now that has attained the one temperature as 31 degrees centigrade. This you have to make it as the one difference of temperature. Okay, but remember here I have written small m here. What is the small m represents? Small m represents nothing but the one steam it is. Mass of steam. What is capital M? This is mass of water it is. That is mass of water. So mass of water it is. Okay, next. What is the one here? LW, you already know LW, latent heat of water it is, LW, which is equal to 540 calorie per gram. Okay, next, what is the one specific heat of water? Where specific heat of water is CW. Let me write here CW. That CW is equal to 1 calorie per gram per degree centigrade. This is the one you have. What is delta T? Delta T is rising temperature. What is delta T? Earlier it was the 125 and it has reached the resulting temperature is 31 degree. But remember, here we have taken the container steam. Steam water. What is that mass of water? Let us take mass of water is 20 gram plus 180 gram, which is equal to, that is 200 grams. Hope you have followed what is this. That is M into, that is in the water equivalent I have said. So let me write this water equivalent itself is MW into C itself, where nothing but W equal to M into C, MWC. This itself is 200 grams. What is delta T? Delta T is for this condition. Here delta T is equal to, here we have taken earlier, that is 25, that 31 minus 25, because the one resulting temperature is 31 degrees centigrade. So let me write, this is 31 minus 25. So this is degree centigrade. So these are the things, this is for the one this step and all these for the one heat lost. That is for heat gain, this is for heat, it is gained, and this is for heat lost. Hope you understood what I have written here this side, all these things. Now you understood what all those things. Let me substitute here. This becomes, that is directly I write 200 into, that is 31 minus 25 means you get 6 equal to, that is M as it is M, LW, latent heat, that is 540 calorie per gram, plus that is M as it is, what is CW, it is 1 calorie into delta T, which is 100 minus 31. 100 minus 31 is nothing but, here I will write, first it is 100 minus 31 degree. First I will write, here also I will write, then I will understand better. I will write this is 200 into, this will be 31 minus 25 like this. This becomes 200 into 6 is equal to M into 540 plus M into 69. I think it is M into 69. 100 minus 29 is, that is 69. Here 540 and 69 is there. So 200 into 6, it is 1, that is 200, 6 are 1200. This is M, which becomes 540 plus 69. I will take this in the bracket. This becomes 540 plus 69 means 609. So this becomes 1200 is equal to M into 609. Therefore your value becomes, that is M is equal to approximately, it becomes 2. Because 609 which is nearer to it, slightly it is equivalent to 2. So hope you understood how you got the answer here. By equating this you get M is equal to 2. So this was the one given in JEE Mains in this year under the 1 October schedule. They have given this, which is a 5-mark problem given for the 1 4-mark objective question. So same calorimetry concept we are using here. Heat gain is equal to heat lost. By using all those steps, here to avoid confusion I have taken one is capital M, another is small m. Capital M represents mass of water, small m represents mass of steam. Hope you understood what I have done here. These are the data which are given here, and using only this step we are getting mass is equal to the approximately equivalent to 2, because here it is 609, here it is 1200. 1.999 something you get, which is approximately equivalent to 2, because they have said the value of M is close to, nearer answer you have to take. You need not go further, more than 2 you have this answer, you should not go for this. Closer answer you are taking, so you get this one. Hope you understood this problem. So please observe the one question. Okay, right. Next, one more different type problem I will solve today, because in this slightly different things are there which you will understand better, which is an NCERT problem now. bigger question it is, but the steps are very simple. So let me highlight you what is it. A child running a temperature means a child is having a fever. So when the child is having a fever, they have given this problem. Let me solve what type of problem. So maybe the one problem number, it is, I think today we have got 6th problem over. Now it is 7th problem. A child running a temperature of 101 degree Fahrenheit is given an antipyrine means that is one type of medicine to one or because it lowers the fever. That is one type of medicine. Okay, you need not worry what is it. That is a medicine that lowers the fever. Which causes an increase in the rate of evaporation of sweat from his body. If the fever is brought down to 98 degree Fahrenheit. Earlier it was 101 degree Fahrenheit. After giving a medicine, it is 98 degree Fahrenheit. In 20 minutes. What is the average rate of extra evaporation caused by the drug. Evaporation caused by the drug. Assume the evaporation mechanism to be only way by which heat is lost. The mass of child is 30 kg. The specific heat of human body the earlier temperature was 101 degree Fahrenheit for that child. Okay, that child mass is 30 kg. Please observe, they have given the child masses of 30 kg and they have said for this child they have given one medicine. That medicine is antipyrine, a medicine which lowers the fever, so it reduces the fever. So earlier the one temperature of that one is 101 degree Fahrenheit of the child. After giving medicine, it has decreased to 90 degree Fahrenheit. Within 20 minutes it has been decreased to 90 degree Fahrenheit. How it has got less temperature means some heat has been lost. How the heat has been lost? That one, it has sweated, means that child has been sweated after taking the medicine, due to which some heat has been lost, due to which the temperature has been reduced from 101 degree Fahrenheit to 90 degree Fahrenheit. So that is what the evaporation has been taken place. That evaporation in the form of sweat, it has been taken place. Now in this question what they have given here is, they are asking to calculate the evaporation mechanism where you have to calculate how much amount of heat is lost. Nothing but the rate of evaporation you have to calculate. So you have to calculate the one rate of evaporation. What is the average rate of extra evaporation caused by the drug? By taking the drug, that evaporation have been taken place, that extra evaporation, you are calculating the rate of evaporation. Not only evaporation, rate of evaporation. That you have to calculate. But one condition they have given, to calculate this we need the quantity of heat which is nothing but represented by the symbol in terms of specific heat, means Q is equal to mc delta T. But here C, specific heat. Here the one child is having nothing but human body, the one specific heat is as good as equivalent to specific heat of water they have said. So here the human body specific heat is equivalent to specific heat of water. Using that we had to solve the problem. So it is a very interesting problem. Remember, as and when you get a fever, so you will take a medicine. After some time you will lose one temperature. By losing the temperature means that some amount of heat has been lost in the form of evaporation, in the form of sweat. That evaporation has been taken place. So using that the heat has been lost. This you have done regular days, as and when you come across the fever. This method you have observed, or maybe of others you have seen. But today you are solving this type problem in physics by using the concept of physics. Hope you understand what type of problems you are coming across in physics. Okay, right. Now to solve this, first let me write the mass of the child. So what was the mass of the child? Mass of the child is 30 kg. But remember here, they have given the one specific heat of water in terms of CGS unit, calorie per gram they have given. So let me convert this kg into grams, where it is 30 kg, it is in the form of 30 into 10 raised to 3 grams. So this is as good as 3 into 10 raised to 4 grams. Hope you understood. I have converted the mass into this in terms of to calculate the problems, because I should convert it grams. Okay. What is the next step they have given? The one calorie. What is that one calorie? That is C. That is nothing but 1 calorie per gram you have to calculate. So let me say where C is equal to 1 calorie per gram. This is the one C, specific heat of this one you have to write. Okay. Next, the temperature. What is the falling temperature? You are calculating falling temperature. What is falling temperature? Earlier it was 101 degree. Means let me write falling temperature in terms of delta T. That is represented by delta T. What is a delta T? 101 degree Fahrenheit minus, that is 90 degree Fahrenheit. So this becomes, it is that is nothing but 101 minus 98 means you get, it is nothing but 3 degree Fahrenheit. So this is 3 degree Fahrenheit. But remember, they have given these are in terms of CGS unit. Now I should convert this in terms of specific heat. In terms of CGS unit. So let me say degree Fahrenheit. Let us convert this into the 1 degree centigrade. Hope you can solve that in terms of degree centigrade, because here the one temperature is converted to degree centigrade. So let me write this as in terms of 3 degree into this 1 degree Fahrenheit can be written as, this is nothing but 5 by 9 centigrade, degree centigrade. Hope this is, you know how to convert from degree centigrade to degree Fahrenheit, that is degree Fahrenheit to degree centigrade. I have written this in terms of degree Fahrenheit. So here 3 ones are 3 means you can get, it is in terms of, that is 5 by 3 degree centigrade. So this Fahrenheit itself is represented like this. You got the one conversion also, falling temperature. Now you also know what is the time required for this is. Time is to decrease the temperature from 101 to 20, the 90 degree Fahrenheit means 20 minutes. That I should convert into seconds. 20 into 1 minute equal to 60 seconds. Okay, this becomes 2 6 are 12, nothing but 1200 seconds. This you are converted into seconds now. This is nothing but minutes. For example, if you are having this in per minute itself, you can also calculate per minute. You can keep it as it is. Suppose 20 minutes you can keep, there is no problem, because it's a very big number you can have. To avoid this, I can keep as it is also. 20 minutes, there is no problem. Because 1200 seconds, you will get very big number. So let me keep it as it is. 20 minutes. One more point they have given, latent heat of this water they have given, that is nothing but 580 calorie per gram. Calorie per gram. This they have given here. Let me keep it as it is. So these are the one data they have given. Now let me calculate how much amount of the one mass which has been sweat by the form of evaporation. So let me calculate heat gained by sweat. That is nothing but, let me write heat gained by sweat. Heat gained by sweat means already whatever the heat is there, that is gained in terms of sweat. It is equal to M into L. What is that L? L is nothing but the one latent heat, where you can say in terms of the one latent heat of whatever you have got, it is nothing but water. In the form of sweat you are getting. So you can write M into LW. Let me write this is LW. Okay, this will be correct. What is this M? M is said to be the mass. What is that mass you are getting? Where M is the mass that evaporates from the child's body. So let me write for your reference. What is this M? So here, let me write here in this problem. This is the one question you have here. So let M be the mass of, M be the mass of sweat, M be the mass of sweat in the form of evaporation, in the form of evaporation. In the form of, that is M is the mass of sweat in the form of evaporation from the child's body. Because if there is a one child is there, so let me write evaporation by child's body in 20 minutes. In 20 minutes. Hope you understood this one. Okay, now heat gained, you have written MLW. And what is the one heat lost by the child? It is in terms of the one heat lost. Heat lost by the child. It is equal to M, let me write capital M, C delta T. Heat lost by the child. What is this capital M? Capital M is nothing but called as the child's mass. Okay. So what is small m here? That because in the form of evaporation I said, so because of this I have written two different small m. One is capital M, another is small m. What is the small m is? This is m is the mass of the sweat in form of evaporation. What is this capital M means? Mass of the child. That is mass of child is represented write the equate the formula. That is heat loss is equal, it is heat gain is equal to heat lost. This formula. Now this let me write small m w is equal LW is equal to capital M C delta T. What is this? That is nothing but you have to calculate small m C delta T by LW. This is the one formula we have. Okay. Now how to calculate this answer now? Capital M is already given. Therefore, small m is equal to 30. 3 into 10 raised to 4, let me write 3 into 10 raised to 4. What is C? C is 1 calorie. What is delta T? Rise in temperature. This is 5 by 3 degrees centigrade divided by LW. LW is 580 calorie per gram. 580. So substituting all this, you get one small m. That small m is 86.2 grams. 86.2 grams. So this only small m you got. Not yet completed problem because only mass you have calculated. One more step they have given. You have to calculate average rate of extra evaporation. Rate of evaporation you have to calculate. When you want to calculate rate of evaporation, you have to write the things, that is mass by the one temperature. What is the temperature? The one rising temperature you have got this one, because the one temperature required to fall 101 degree to the 198 degree Fahrenheit is 20 minutes. So using the temperature you have to calculate. So let me write the next step. Rate of evaporation. Rate of evaporation is given by m divided by delta T. This m just now we got 86.2, delta T 20 minutes. This is in grams, that is in minutes. So that is 86.2 grams divided by 20 minutes means you get 4.3 grams per minute. What is this called as? It is rate of evaporation. That is rate of evaporation you have calculated. So please observe, in this problem they have given child's fever which is running at an of under 101 degree Fahrenheit, and to avoid this they have given one medicine, nothing but antiviral, which lowers the fever. So as and when as they have given this drug, what happens? The temperature has been reduced to 90 degree Fahrenheit within 20 minutes. 20 minutes it has been reduced. But as and when the temperature decreases means what happens to the heat? Heat has been lost in the form of the sweat. It has been lost in the form of sweat. That's sweat. Evaporation of sweat has taken place from the child's body. Now using that they have said to calculate the one condition. What is the rate of evaporation? So already you are calculating evaporation. What amount of sweat has been taken place during this condition? They are calculating. But at the same time they are asking one more step, rate of evaporation. Before solving this, just remember the given data you are writing in terms of, because this is given in calorie per gram. So I am converting this 30 kg child's the one mass is converted into grams. I have written in terms of grams. And one more, they have given the one time in 20 minutes. If I calculate in seconds, it takes bigger number. So I have kept as it is 20 minutes itself. So for 4.32 grams per minute, the evaporation has been taken place. That you are calculating. At the same time, they have given temperature in degree Fahrenheit. That should be converted to degree centigrade, because here they are calculating in terms of the one temperature in terms of degree centigrade. So this is the one conversion. And first step you are calculating heat gain is equal to heat lost. Using this you get, after completing this, one more step, rate of evaporation. So these things you just remember. This carries marks, nothing but conversion from degree Fahrenheit to degree centigrade, and this conversion, this is only to write this formula. Heat gain is equal to heat loss carries 1 mark. After getting this, you are getting 1 mark for this to solve mass. How much mass of the evaporation has been taken place? that is in the form of evaporation. We are calculating this carries marks. Last step, only to calculate rate of evaporation carries 1 more marks. So these are the steps to be followed. This is for 5-mark problem. So please understand it correctly. You can solve. So maximum types of problems which are there here have solved. Still some more are there, but if you understand these problems, you can solve maximum NCERT problems of calorimetry along with 1 JEE means I have solved today. So this totally 7 problems are solved under calorimetry along with latent heat. So earlier in the first part I have completed 10 problems regarding the one conversion from the Fahrenheit degree centigrade as well as the one the nothing but called as linear expansion or based on all those we have completed. Now in the next class let us go for the remaining things, that is modes of transfer of heat. In that again let us go for the next part of the concept. Thank you.